Hello everyone. This PPT has been made from the course of microbiology and on the topic sources of contamination in raw milk. The presentation is submitted to Dr. Divas Pradhan sir and Dr. Raghu sir. And this presentation is submitted by Suhani Sharma, Prince Kamboj, Kunal Girdhar, Jashanpreet Singh and Kratik Singh. Now let's take an introduction to the topic sources of contamination in raw milk. So, milk when secreted by an uninfected animal's udder is really sterile and it do not have any microorganism in it. But when it come to the outer atmosphere and the environment, the surroundings, so it get contaminated by those. Now, I would love to explain that the rapid growth of microorganisms, particularly at the ambient temperature, that is approximately 37 degrees Celsius, because most microorganisms generally grow at 37 degrees Celsius, which is the normal human body temperature also. So it can spoil the milk for the liquid consumption and for manufacturing the dairy products also. So let's take a look to the pictures of the sources of contamination. So the first picture shows a cow which is suffering from mastitis. The inflamed udder generally shows the mastitis problem. And the second pic is about the utensils, that the unclean utensils can lead to the contamination of milk. And now the third pic shows that we should always go clean to milk the cow. And the fourth pic is of the barn, that the cow should be stayed in a proper and clean environment to give proper milk and sterile milk. So now we can see that the sources of contamination basically depends on the two factors. First is the internal factor and second one is the external factor. So now internal factor is which is due to the internal problems of the body of the cow, like the mastitis problem, the milk which comes from the udder, and the external factors are those factors which are generally outside the body of the cow, like the environment, the surroundings and all the atmosphere around that. So in external factor of a cow can be the udder, the skin, the milker, he should be clean, the utensils should be really sterile, the barn in which the animal stays. The methods of milking, there are several methods for milking, like knuckling, full hand milking, stripping. So we should use the proper way to milk the cow. The feed the cow is eating is really important. The water the cow is taking, the amount of water, the amount of feed really matters a lot for the milk production. The handling and cooling of milk after the cow had milk, the handling, that how we are pasteurizing the milk and we are keeping it in the cold storage, that really matters a lot. Now my friend Prince will explain about the internal factors.
Now let's take a look on the internal factors. The internal factors are mainly of the two types. The first one is the animal disease, that is mastitis milk, and the second one is for milk. Now let's discuss about these topics in the further slides in detail. Now we will discuss about the animal disease, that is mastitis. Now what is mastitis? The mastitis is generally an inflammation of the milk secreting tissues of the udder caused by the microbial infections in one or more butters. In mastitis, there is a large compositional change in the composition of the milk, like the milk pH increases up to the 7, and the blood also coming in the milk. Like, so you see the images, that first one is the image of the normal udder and the second one is the image of the animal having mastitis. These are the pictures of the animal having the mastitis as you see clearly in these images. Now in these images you will clearly see the difference between the normal milk and the mastitis milk. Now the second one is the fore milk. Fore milk is the milk which is first drawn during a feeding because it contains bacteria in large amount. It is generally thin and lower in the fat content. The fore milk is the milk which is first rejected during the milking because it contains the large number of the bacteria, and these bacteria contributes to the large amount in the milk. So during milking, first few drops of the milk should be rejected to avoid contamination. Now, my fellow mate Kunal explains about the external factors.
Now we will discuss about some external factors which are responsible for the contamination of milk. Firstly, we will see the list of these factors. These factors are cow odor, airborne contamination, environmental factor, water supplies, milking equipment, and miscellaneous things. Now, these factors will be discussed in further slides in more detail. Generally, there are environmental conditions such as soil, mud, housing, bedding system, feces of animals responsible which kinds of bacteria are present around the animal and which determine which kind of bacteria are present in milk. Generally, psychrotropic and thermoduric bacteria predominate on the teat surface as the temperature conditions are favorable to them. Thermoduric bacteria are often bacterial spore, whereas aerobic thermoduric organisms are entirely bacillus species. The psychrotropic organisms which are found on teat surface are Pseudomonas fluorescens followed by alkaligenes and flavobacterium. We know ultimately the environmental conditions are responsible for the bacteria which are present around the skin of animal. But most probably the bacteria which come to the milk are those which are around the udder and teat surfaces. If the udder teats are heavily soiled, then the count may be 1 lakh CFU per ml. Coliform do not survive well on teat surface, so they are very less number on teats. Teat surface may also contain clostridial species that are usually found in cow's fodder, bedding, and feces. Thank you. Now my fellow mate Jashan will continue the topic.
Airborne contamination. It means how air can contribute the contamination of milk. Aerial contamination of milk by bacteria is insignificant in comparison to microbes derived from teat surface. It means that bacteria present in air is very less amount as compared to bacteria present in on teat surface. Air contains dust, moisture and bacteria, hence its entry should be minimized in milk. There are mainly four genus of bacteria that are present in air which contaminate the milk. So four main genus of bacteria are Micrococcus, Bacillus spores, Coniform and Streptococcus. So now, what are the major practices that increase aerial counts in milk? Sweeping of floors just before milking process. Like sometimes we sweep the floor just before milking process. So it will increase the amount of bacteria in milk. So to avoid this, we have to sweep the floor at least half or 1 hour before milking. Handling hay and feed shortly before milking process. Brushing of animals prior to milking process. Having the dusty bedding materials for animals. Allowing dust and dirt to accumulate on the walls or ceiling of sheds. To avoid this, we have to clean the walls or sheds time to time. Now, another major factor is milking equipment. Improperly cleaned milking equipment are one of the main sources of milk contamination. Milk residues left on the equipment contact surfaces supports the growth of variety of microbes. since it is very difficult to remove all milk residues and deposits from the milk contact surface. Hence, equipment with smooth surfaces and minimal joints should be used. We have to clean the milking equipment properly. Like if the milk residue is left on the equipment, then it will increase or drastic increase in change of bacteria. Unclean milk cans and lids, if they are still moist, results in multiplication of thermophilic bacteria like Bacillus cereus. Improperly sterilized milking machines contain thermoduric micrococci, Bacillus species, Microbacterium species, and Streptococci. So these are major points we have to keep in mind to reduce or prevent the number of bacteria from milking equipment. Now, my friend Pratik will discuss more about these sources. Thank you.
Water supplies. We all know that water is an important utility for dairy plants as it governs the hygiene production. A reliable high quality water supply is essential for a good dairy farm. Otherwise, it may contaminate the milk with fecal microbes that coliforms, streptococci, clostridia, bacillus spores, and other gram-negative rods. Water is used for animal consumption, CIP, sanitizing of equipment, milk cooling, washing of udders, in boiler fed, etc. Therefore, nowadays dairy are established in such areas where water is in proper amount as we required. Water intake is related to animal size, age, activity, and mainly productivity. Milking staff from milking to packaging can be a source of contamination of milk. The hand contacts and the dirt particles by the milker may add varieties of microbes to the milk. By the hand milking, contamination risk is higher as compared to machine milking. If milking equipment, milk cans, and milk tanker is not properly cleaned, then it is the main source of increasing thermophilic bacteria. Miscellaneous things. In miscellaneous things, we will cover the animal's feed quality, housing system of cattle, whole process after milking, and milking equipment. Milk's quality also depend on housing type, design, frequency of manure removal, and cleanliness of whole area. Otherwise, the presence of coliform, sporoformer, staphylococci, or streptococci, and other gram-negative bacteria in milk will increase. Poor quality of food may contain microorganisms and spore that split the barn during the feeding and then transfer to the milk during milking.
Thank you all of you for watching our video on the topic sources of contamination. Now, if you like this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe our channel. And for more updates, stay tuned.